Okay, so let's go to episode 3 on a very special episode of Riverdale.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
Look, before we get into this, slut shaming is horrible. And it's a disgusting epidemic, and I hope we all agree that it needs to stop, like, right fucking now. But this show
episode
is, they tackle it in this episode in the most melodramatic, cartoonish way possible.
And even get a character to misrepresent what slut-shaming actually is.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was
notably, this is also Betty's fucking mother.
I mean, that makes me think it might be intentional, but seriously, fuck her.
Actually, when I first saw this, I was in episode 3, I'm just like, oh, wait, are we gonna have a good moral here? Is there gonna be something of value in this episode? And I was hoping far too soon.
You would have been sorely disappointed, and I hope you were. If he wasn't disappointed with the moral of this story, then he's a terrible person.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, after seeing the first 2 episodes, if you get your hopes up at this point, you're really just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, you say that, but I like trying to be optimistic there. And no, that was a mistake.
I lost all optimism right after episode 2.
So
you guys, should we start with the moral or should we lead up to it?
I'd say lead up to it.
Okay.
So Veronica reveals to all in this student lounge that looks oddly like a teacher's lounge, and we don't know what the fuck anyone's ever doing in there, but she reveals to her entire group of friends that she's going out on a date, and it's with a guy from the football team. And so they go out, they have a good time. She comes back and everyone's looking at their phones and laughing at her. She goes, what is everyone laughing about? And it turns out the photo that he took on the date, he then went in and like photoshopped it or something and basically gave her a sticky maple, which is a Riverdale thing.
Which basically seems to be you pour maple syrup on her and rub it down an arm or something?
Yeah. So
that's what the photo is indicating.
So it looks like she's got this like maple syrup halo filter thing.
Mark on her.
And he's fine.
So, like, the more I think about it, the more confused I am. Like, what does that even mean? Like, okay, maple filter on her face. Why does that... What's the photo implying?
Like, I mean, I'm really hoping that this was, they said that this was actually a stand-in for pictures that could be similar, but use far more disgusting fluids.
Okay, that I could at least understand, but, oh, man, it's...
But yeah, so after the sticky maple goes around the school and everyone's laughing at her.
And this is posted on social media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Veronica decides that she wants to get revenge, which no one thinks, let's go to the principal's office and show him on social media that everyone can see, because gosh darn it, I don't think these kids would know a privacy setting if it bit them in the balls. But
yeah, like they try to explain it like someone said, oh, I tried to go to the principal about like their little black book or something where they keep score and they couldn't find it. It's like, okay, that's great, but this is like a social media post that's like tangible.
I mean, this guy is like, this principal is liver spots old, but still, like, if he missed the invention of the internet at some point, he should have been able to find this. It's not hard.
And even if not, they could show it, they could take their phones and show him. Concrete proof, right there.
Yeah.
Fuck this episode. Fuck this series.
It really went down the wrong...
Yeah,
really the wrong
but
way
it gets worse.
Wrong approach.
It gets so much fucking worse. Take it away, Miss Powell.
Yeah. So they gather a couple of other girls who have been.
I don't know about a couple, maybe 9.
Well, I say couple for a reason.
Sorry, I'm a writer. I've
they-
been beaten into something.
They bring in, a handful of girls, and ask them to tell their stories. And so one girl steps forward and starts telling her story. And then, of course, Cheryl walks in and tries to steal the spotlight by saying, well, it's really sad that getting a sticky maple happened to you, and that's really terrible.
But it doesn't compare to dead brother.
It doesn't compare to being, to having everyone blame you for your own brother's murder.
And it's like
no
one understands.
No one fucking cares, Cheryl.
It's like no one understands what I'm going through.
You're the dumbass who
It's like-
stood up in biology and said I'm guilty.
Posing like she was Anastasia Steele.
Oh.
That was low. But this is what this does to me.
Oh. Yeah. So then.
But it's not that she's like. It's not that she's trying to. Just trying to claim more attention. She's actively belittling the slut shaming that's going on, and saying it's not a big deal. Get over it. Pay attention to me. Like she's in the process defending the. Yeah, she's defending the fucking jocks who are doing this.
Oh my god.
Well, remember also that up until his death, her brother was one of those jocks.
This
Yes,
is true.
so
That was a thing.
They probably had, extravagant parties at their house where they invited all the people from the football team.
Yeah, you should.
My brother never did this. He'd never allow this to happen. You're obviously all mistaken.
So up until they see the book, Cheryl's like, "Oh, my brother wouldn't have done this thing." His name's in the book. Who's his name next to? Polly. Why? Because they keep fucking score like pigs.
Yeah.
Treating them like
And
objects.
of course, the mere presence of Polly's name sets Betty off. So
Of course.
she's been up to this point happy to just write an expose about this for the school paper, which is dead.
Which she must revive through her, force of will, and somehow ropes Jughead into it.
Yeah.
At the very least, the only reason I can think up to rope Jughead into this is that it gives him an excuse to do some investigating and actually round up the sources, because otherwise it's going to take forever to track down anything.
I mean, he could have done that on his own anyway and just lied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they're high school kids, lying is in their blood.
Oh.
Which, as it turns out, is what Archie gets in trouble for this episode, but we'll get back to that.
Okay, yeah, let's put a pin in that one.
Oh yeah.
Fucking A.
But yeah, so then Betty tells Veronica that she absolutely wants in to help get revenge on the members of the football team, specifically the one that Veronica went on a date with. So they lure him to another girl's house because she has a hot tub and a pool.
Somehow this is an indoor pool, full Olympic length pool, indoors. How many fucking rich people are there in this city?
in this little hodunk town.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
And they pitch it up as this quaint little town.
I have a theory about that, but I only say it once we get to the end of episode 3.
Okay.
So they get to this house, and Veronica's wearing high heels and a one-piece suit, and
Missed opportunity, but whatever.
and this beaded necklace that obviously is meant to draw the gaze downward, but whatever.
Okay.
I took a photography class. I know what I'm talking about, guys. Gosh, guys, I took one photography class. They taught me about the direction of the gaze. Gosh, no.
Jeez She's not wrong. They do the same thing in film.
Yup.
Oh, wait, they did the same thing in film.
Yes. Yes, they did. And so then Veronica takes off the heels and gets into the hot tub and is trying to, talk this guy up. And then Betty walks in wearing nothing that looks like a swimsuit. She's also wearing heels and a miniskirt and like a lacy bra.
Yes, that is what holds up women's breasts.
No.
Hey, punch him for me, will ya?
Thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
I'll own it. Okay, that was too many.
So so she walks in wearing this
Getup.
weird little getup and a black wig.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Oh, and
The
she
black
said
wig.
that. What was it?
Oh.
that-
Betty couldn't make it
Couldn't
tonight.
make
Betty couldn't make it, but
She said me instead.
But
She said me instead.
And keep in mind, there has been no foreshadowing. Nothing's going on. I actually, for the longest time, I didn't know who that was. I'm like, wait, because that's not. But she wouldn't be coming here in a wig. This has to be someone else. Who is this? Wait, that's actually
I wanna
Betty?
bring-
spoiler
I wanna
alert,
bring
there's a
up some-
third sister.
I want to bring up something.
Go.
So, it was back at her place, Betty, and we're also with her mother.
Oh,
With the
Oh,
lipstick.
oh my god. That
And
harlot.
like Betty's putting on the lipstick and her mom comes in and goes, "That's not a good shade for you." And she's like, "It's Polly's, I'm borrowing it." The mother goes over, picks up a makeup remover wipe, which, first of all, don't keep those within touching distance of your parents. That's a bad idea. Second of all, she walks up behind Betty, takes her lovingly by the shoulders, and then proceeds to wipe it off of her face. She doesn't even do a good
And
job.
part of the face
she just
kinda-
lets it like smear all over
And
the
part of the
cheek.
face made her kind of look like the Joker.
And I'm just sitting there
Yeah,
like,
the amount of lipstick was terrifying.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And
Just
she
So,
said-
sort of if Poison Ivy used that much lipstick, you'd never get poisoned anyway.
And then she tells her mother, I'm going to Veronica's to study for a test.
even though in the last episode, her mother specifically says, you are not allowed to speak to Archie, Veronica, or that Cheryl Blossom girl. And so next episode, what does she do? I'm going over to Veronica's to study. You don't think that's gonna like set your mom off even more than the lipstick did?
man.
And after she
Hello?
talked with her mom, she's don't talk to Archie. She decides the next morning, I'm gonna go for a walk with Archie.
I'm
To
just
school.
gonna, I'm
I mean,
gonna go
It's
over
not
to
even the
Archie's
next
house
morning, it's the next
and
jump cut.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess we can argue rebellion, but seriously, if I was Betty, I might have bit her fingers off when she tried the smearing. Maybe.
Oh, yes.
Maybe that's me. Maybe
And
I'm.
told her to wear another shade. Was it?
Yeah, use pink perfection. It's like, oh my god, this is. I mean,
Alright.
it's subversive.
So that's good for the lead in there. So let's get back to her walking in a wig.
Yeah, so they
Right.
they walk in and they're making him apologize for what he did.
Wait.
But before they
What?
make him apologize, she goes and mixes something into his drink. And Veronica goes, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just, mixing something into his drink.
A little
This,
muscle
that,
relaxer."
alcohol. It's practically truth serum." And Veronica's looking a little worried now.
Because she is basically
Rightfully
roofing this
so.
guy.
Yeah, well,
Yep.
our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
Admittedly, Veronica shows more moral fiber here than I found in almost the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
And Betty is supposed to be the grounded girl in the Archie.
Oh, not so much, I guess.
Not so much in this.
Not this incarnation.
No.
So then Veronica stands off to the side and records it with her cell phone while Betty goes
Handcuffs the guy to two,
to two ends
yeah.
of the hot tub,
so he can't get out or anything.
starts to increase the temperature in the hot tub.
Which apparently goes all the way up to boiling.
Like,
Because
there's
For reasons unknown.
You never know when you need to When you need to-
boil someone alive.
or serve an entire city lobster Dijon or something.
Frogs.
Frogs?
Frogs actually strangely love to be near hot tubs. I have seen this because my grandmother has a hot tub in Oregon, and like frogs will climb into the pool cover and just sit there and huddle up, and occasionally they'll fall in and die.
So you go boiling so the frogs will get out of there.
Or so you can have frog legs, but one of the two. They like the heat too much to actually leave. Al is not wrong about that.
Don't
frogs in hot
Don't you
tubs.
need to like clean the frog legs to get the chlorine out of them?
You gotta clean the lobster to get all the chlorine out of that, but I think we're getting slightly off.
I was just about to say we need to get back on track.
Yeah, because I'm
Alright.
getting hungry.
Yeah, so the hot tub. And they're trying to, and Veronica has now pulled out her phone, is videotaping this, so that they can have a confession with electronic record.
With Betty in her getup in shot, mind you.
In shot, and she decides to up the ante when the guy won't confess by pushing his head under the water with her heeled shoe.
The fuck?
Then she starts saying, confess to what you did, Jason.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
As a reminder, Jason was Cheryl's missing brother who was killed, and who had been going out with Betty's sister, Polly.
Yeah. So she starts saying, tell them what you did, Jason. Tell them what you did to Polly. And in the very next sentence, tell them what you did to me.
Okay.
And we're like, what?
What the fuck? I'm.
So we're being led to believe that Betty is kind of like embracing her sister's persona. So then he confesses, and she proceeds to pour maple syrup all over his head, and Veronica gets, way more affronted, and she's like, no, Betty, you have to stop. He confessed, we're done.
Because apparently that's where you draw the line, at the
He pretty much
syrup.
called her a psycho and crazy and...
He's not wrong.
Well,
And then, thankfully at this point, Veronica turned off the phone after he finished his
Before the
confession.
scene ended, if you guys noticed, in the doorway, one of the girls that was that was part of that group earlier,
I believe the name was Ethel, was it?
yes.
that
Ethel.
Barb or
Ethel.
Ethel
It was Ethel.
was watching.
Barb is the Stranger Things one.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, was that the same actor?
No.
No.
Okay, they look similar.
But yeah, Ethel
But,
peeked
similar
her
to-
head out of the
And
door to
she's
the main house.
smirking and looking at Betty,
Yeah. I mean,
and very creepily.
I had sort of assumed that meant that she just tacitly approved of what they were doing to the jock, but
Yeah, that was my assumption as well.
Me too.
Yep.
So yeah, the moral and they turn this in. The jock and 4 of his creepazoid friends get kicked off the team, and
Actually, we should also say that he's the principal's son.
No, not the
No,
principal's son, the
he's-
coach's son.
Oh,
Yeah,
coach's
he's-
son. Yeah,
yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Yep.
You're
Okay.
right. Coach's son.
so that happens, and Betty and Veronica get no repercussions.
well, that's actually not entirely true.
We do see them getting a stern talking to, and Veronica's mother has to come in and defend them to the principal, and she turns to Veronica and says, next time you come to me, you can't take these matters into your own hands. And Veronica's sitting there going, yes, Mom, and
And she manages to drop the word Mija just to make herself slightly more ethnic.
Yeah, well,
Which she doesn't look. She looks like she's gotten a mild tan.
yeah, well, the moral of the story is revenge will set you free.
apparently.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, Jughead decides to take this opportunity to say, oh, this move of banishing, dropping these 5 hooligans from the football team will have grave repercussions in the future.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jughead.
We're all sitting there like, oh no.
well, no,
We've talked about
It doesn't
Betty
matter if there are
and-
repercussions. These assholes deserved to get their lives ruined for this shit.
Yeah.
we've talked about Betty and Veronica in this episode. What was Archie doing in this episode?
Oh, right.
Archie.
Grounded for reasons.
Yeah, Archie was out. It was revealed, obviously, as we know from the first episode, that Archie and Miss Grundy, his music teacher, were alone at 6 a.m. on the 4th of July, having a romantic tryst when the gunshot went off that presumably killed Jason Blossom. We don't know that for sure yet, but it is implied. So they were off having their romantic thing. But then we learn in this episode that Archie was supposed to go off on a road trip with Jughead, which he cancels at the last minute because he wants to go off and get jiggy with it with Miss Grundy. So, he goes
I thought jigs were reserved for the dance teacher.
What?
I was making a terrible pun.
No.
Because,
No.
jiggy,
No.
jigs.
Yes, I know, but no.
Yeah,
No.
you can leave now.
This is my house.
He also lives here.
Yes. Under duress, yes.
But yes, so
Considering you're providing the duress, I don't think he gets it.
but so Archie ends up going to the sheriff and confessing that he heard a gunshot so that he can save Cheryl from being labeled as crazy for saying she heard a gunshot on the morning her brother was killed and went missing. So he goes in and confesses, and they're like, oh, well, what were you doing at Sweetwater River at 6 in the morning on the 4th of July? And he goes, I was writing songs
With my dog.
with my dog.
Well, they said, were you with anybody?
He goes,
Yes.
they're
my
like,
dog.
were you alone? No. At this point, he should have just said yes. I mean, it adds for dramatic effect, but
This entire
No.
series runs on dramatic effect.
oh my god.
Most of it
But yeah,
manufactured.
so then because he gave that story to the sheriff then calls Archie's father because Archie is a minor and therefore they need to inform the parents if he's going to be involved in any kind of investigation because that's the law, even though laws don't really apply in this universe.
Yeah.
They still follow that one.
Yeah. Attempted murder apparently doesn't get you anything but a stern talking to.
Yeah. So he goes home at the end of the day and he comes in and his father says, I thought you were gonna go on a road trip with Jughead, but I got a call from the sheriff who says otherwise. So then he gets upset because Archie lied to him about what he did over the summer.
Considering what he did over the summer was the music teacher.
Now, women are people, not objects. That was the lesson of this episode.
That's true.
That is true.
I mean, yes, so Archie, he worked on his dad's construction site over the summer and was supposed to go on the road trip over July 4th weekend, which he did not do because he was a little busy. So,
Working some extracurriculars, as it were.
uh-huh. So then,
Gotta hit the G note hard.
oh, that was terrible. You should feel bad. You should just know. Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh,
He's not wrong.
yeah.
I haven't heard one that bad in a while.
He's not, but god damn it. No.
Dance my puppets dance.
Fuck you. So, he then goes home, his dad gets angry, and his dad grounds him. So then he's like, oh, well, this is on you. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Archie. You done fucked up.
He's
So-
a teenager who didn't tell you everything.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go-
yeah.
Get a life, honestly.
Yeah. But so then he comes back.
Don't mess with Veronica's mother. She's clearly interested.
That's That's for Archie's dad for later.
Yeah, no, we're not getting, we wouldn't get the full amount of tension if that happened now.
Oh, there's so much tension.
Yeah, so much tension.
But yeah, so then Archie comes back and, or no, so then he goes back to school and Miss Grundy at this point has said, no, we can't do music anymore. You told the sheriff about, being there on the 4th of July, when I specifically told you not to, because obviously I'm the adult in this relationship.
Except she looks like 10 years older than him, maybe
What?
5.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
a CW show, so.
Everyone's supposed to be hot, whatever.
Yeah.
Supposed to look like underwear models.
Mm-hmm.
Although apparently
So-
this is a new thing for Archie that the gay best friend pointed out.
Yeah. So she breaks it off, and Cheryl is very grateful that he told them about the gunshot so that she doesn't look like a crazy person in front of the police.
Yeah, she can
And-
look crazy for every other reason.
Woohoo! So she says, you have one wish, Archie. Nothing is unattainable except my body. Just slip that in there.
Yeah.
And the best part of that is that she said nothing is unobtainable, in the most innuendo ways she possibly could.
As
And-
suggestive as she could possibly
And then she
make
just
it.
slipped in there, except for my body.
Yeah, if this were a if this were a different kind of show or movie, she would have a can of whipped cream to squirt in her mouth and wink.
Except for my body. Squirt.
Except my body.
So then Cheryl, we then find out, is friends with Josie, the lead singer in the high school girl group Josie and the Pussycats.
Fuck that cover.
So then Josie comes in to see Archie in the student lounge that looks like a teacher's lounge. We don't know why anybody's in there. To tell him, I'm very close with my girl Cheryl, so I'm doing her this solid. You can come and observe our practices after school. And he goes, that's great. Wait, I'm grounded. Wait, that's not your problem. I'll be there. So,
And his dad has established at this point, I've heard you sneaking out every time since you were 8 years old, sneaking off to Jughead's treehouse.
yeah, so his dad knows when he sneaks out of the house. But what does he do? He goes and sneaks out of the house and, somehow ends up helping the Pussycats, compose a song. Which is great for him. Except he comes back and his dad gets really angry, understandably, because he got grounded and then was like, fuck being grounded, I'm gonna go do what I want.
And it's like, you can't do everything that you want.
No, you can't do that, Archie. And then Archie goes, but I helped them write this song and it's gonna be really good and you should just let me go to this one thing. And the dad goes, no,
You can just ground me for like 6 months up to a year.
you can't bargain on your punishment. That's
You
not how
let-
this works.
You'd let me go if this were a football game.
Oh Jesus.
Because football is something you understand.
He just reversed it and like saying it's his fault for all of this when it's in fact Archie's fault for all of this.
Archie's a teenager. He's supposed to try and reverse it on his parents, and his parents aren't supposed to take that because they're supposedly
They didn't.
older and wiser.
Supposedly.
I mean, okay, Archie's dad is the only person who seems to act like a parent in this entire show.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Was Veronica's mom not doing her job?
I mean,
She's basically been letting Veronica run wild and rampant and kind of expensive.
We will
Gotcha.
find out later how much of a parent she can be, but yes.
Yeah, that's not ominous at all.
Oh joy.
I don't even think we've
Oh,
touched
joy.
upon the Blossoms' parents.
Well,
Oh them. Oh.
Yeah, them.
they haven't been a big part.
But we saw a little bit.
We see them a little bit. We'll see them more in the coming episodes, which you guys don't know yet. Spoiler alert.
Correct.
Yeah,
Oh.
correct. Oh dear.
Yeah, but they're the kind of parents who will march into school a little little unannounced and
just kind
very
of
lawyery.
and roughhouse their daughter and just kind of hoist her out of the chair in front of the principal and then just
And the principal and the sheriff.
walk her right out the door.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Did I have a stroke while this happened?
Probably.
When Cheryl was giving her confession to
Because she's guilty.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow, I remember
the
this
principal
shit.
and the sheriff.
Oh, sorry,
then-
I thought it was at the assembly.
No.
And I was just like, I think that would have made a very different scene.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Oh
yeah.
god, the assembly.
Oh,
Yeah, so then-
With that blood spider pin.
Oh, the placement of that was just, it was just like it's on her left, and then another scene it's on the right.
I mean, sure, she could have switched sides, but it's like, doesn't school policies, like, discourage jewelry like that? And by discourage, I mean they rip it off your sweater and say you'll get this back at the end of the semester.
I'm not sure if it's the jewelry like that, but the jewelry like that combined with the skin tight shirt that with sleeves down to here,
Yeah.
that was not good.
Yeah, midsection showing too, in this
Yeah.
quaint little town.
Absolutely.
And where she's supposedly grieving for her brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sends mixed messages and signals.
Yeah,
With that.
extremely mixed messages there.
Yeah.
It's got a second season.
Yup.
And
Anyway.
so we get to the fair where Josie and the Pussycats are performing, and they've been taking every opportunity to say we're a girl group of color. You can't write our thing. You can't write our experience. We do this our own way. And Archie starts helping them, and suddenly it's like it's not an issue anymore.
Now, the original Josie and the Pussycats, they were all white. In this, they are color.
I thought they had one black girl for that one.
I
for
have never.
the original.
Yeah,
I've seen.
I knew
Just
nothing.
I'm
of
only
Josie and the
going
Pussycats.
based on images and.
I actually didn't know they switched
In
races. I
fact,
thought
Josie and the Pussycats was.
Wait! Wasn't Josie and the Pussycats a movie at one point? Didn't they make a movie?
Yes, they
wasn't
did.
That
Yes,
an
they
all
did
black?
live action.
Was that an all-black group?
No.
No.
Huh.
I clearly have been catching visions into an alternate universe.
Well, anyway, yeah,
Anyways.
that kind of gets glossed over, and then suddenly everything's cool.
Yeah, man.
And then-
so awesome. They got this one white ginger fuck who can, like, perfectly encapsulate Black Strife in his lyrics.
Yeah. So then Archie somehow talks to Jughead and gets him to sneak him into the school.
I mean, I could buy that you, like, called him on the phone or
The
something.
what was it? The Taste of Riverdale thing.
Yeah.
it was
Where
called
they
the
had
Taste of Riverdale.
like a wide selection of buffets they could choose from with music performances.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then Archie's dad.
It's an enormous gathering excuse for all the parents to mingle. So you get the
Betty's passive-aggressive mother.
Yeah,
Trying
doesn't she
to
get
get-
fucking decked?
oh yes,
That was so awesome.
yeah, that's very satisfying.
She
She
got-
got decked by the
Blossom's mother.
yeah by
By
the
the
red.
blossom. You guys talk, I can't.
The Blossom parents,
Thank you.
who
The mother's.
admittedly, that Betty's mother sort of deserved it, considering she released the autopsy report to the public.
And then wrote another article that was like a sensationalist thing on the kid or
On Cheryl
Guilty-
being a guilty
guilty
assassin.
sin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
this town is full of
And,
horrible
and of
people.
course, while they're there, Archie's dad gets to meet with the music teacher that his son is boning.
Yeah.
and they start talking about how talented Archie is.
I bet Archie is very talented. I bet he can hold a hell of a note.
And she says that Archie is
You
such
used your
a.
note gag already.
Archie is a special boy.
And then Archie's
They hit many
dad
notes.
comes back and goes, "Man, it was really too bad you couldn't come to the thing." And Archie's like, "Yeah,
Except he was totally there.
except what?" But his dad doesn't know that. So then
Yeah,
the
that's
next,
fair.
so
Yeah.
the next morning, the dad, Archie's about to walk out to school and he hears all this noise. Walks out and his dad is soundproofing the garage.
Badly, I might add.
I'll
This
take
is
your
not
word for it.
soundproofing the garage. This is soundproofing the windows on the garage.
Oh, really? I thought he was keeping the windows uncovered.
No, from the looks of it, he
No.
was just hammering soundproofing material over the windows.
Oh, no, he was doing it to put to the wall too, but then he'd just leave random gaps in between sections.
Maybe it was under construction, but then why wouldn't you do it all uniform? I don't know.
Considering the guy like works for a construction company, you'd think he knows better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ.
And then his dad makes a gag like, man, they didn't look like that in my day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
I spoke to your music teacher. They didn't look like that in my day.
She said you were talented. Oh man.
and like they pan to Archie, and all you really see for Archie's reaction is he's just sitting there like, uh-huh.
Yeah, I was.
How many
Like,
more weeks you
deer in the
dragging that line?
headlights. Woo.
So, yeah.
And then there's Jughead's investigation.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This one thankfully didn't take up too much time, but
Yeah. So the basic part of this is Jughead over the course of the episode visits the Adventure Scouts, who are led by Scout Leader, not Master. Thank you very much, you assholes.
oh yeah, that was getting
like
to you.
Daryl or Dale or something like that, some DY word, and
Something
he talks with
doily.
one, yeah, like Doyle. Yeah, there we go, Doyle, and
Man, my drama teacher was named Doyle. Fuck you, show.
and through one of the other scouts
Doily.
discovers that
Oh, doily.
Doily.
Oh, like a doily.
Oh,
yeah, it is doily.
like a tea doily, guys. Come on.
Oh man.
Oh.
Was that in the comics?
I have no idea.
Cause, oh man.
Most of the
That's
comics I
horrible.
read involved Jughead visiting a magical diner or time traveling.
Woo!
Okay, I know the Fonz time travel. That was a show, but
Yeah, Jughead, like the little badge on his hat, could allow him to time travel.
oh shit. Here I thought Archie was a slice of life comic.
What?
It is for everybody else. For Jughead, they do weird things.
And then there was that
Okay.
time they had a crossover with the Ninja Turtles.
What?
What?
And then
There was a Ninja Turtles Archie comic crossover.
and then
If that happened, would it make more sense for Riverdale?
No.
No.
Well, no, maybe no, not even the Michael Bay Turtles.
Oh.
Alright, but anyway, let's keep going with the
But yeah,
Adventure
like
Scout.
one of the lower scouts rats out on Doily to Jughead that we were in the woods and he was showing us how to shoot a rifle because he's a hardcore survivalist, which makes more sense now than when this originally aired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So, anyways.
wait, what do you mean when this originally aired?
Oh,
When it originally aired less than a month into Trump's presidency.
yeah. So this requires there's some explanation here because part of the coroner's report that got published publicly due to everyone's favorite Betty's mother specifically mentioned that. Oh yeah, the shot heard on that particular day he went missing. Oh, he didn't die then. No, he died a week afterwards. And
After he had been bound, frozen, and then shot in the forehead.
so yes, it obviously looked like he had been captured somewhere and tortured.
Yeah, he's not
So
just
they get
dead.
your marks, the frostbite.
Jesus.
God, Frankenstein.
So
Yeah, rats him out, Jughead confronts him, and then Doily is like, alright, I want you to, you gotta drop this in
I want
exchange-
amnesty.
Yeah, I want amnesty in exchange for this really awesome information. And it's like, okay, let's hear it. It's like, Mrs. Grundy's car was there.
dun dun dun.
Yeah, and it's like, again, she could have said that she was there by herself.
And you know,
Practicing her music.
at this point, Archie is actually confided in Jughead, which is kind of a nice touch because they used to be best friends. They're a little rocky now.
Yeah.
But Jughead knows exactly what this means, and he foolishly brought Betty to this confession.
and now
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Wow.
And now, even if he might have wanted to help keep Archie's secret, oh boy.
Archie's got some splaining to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that is out of the box, things are going to spiral out from there. And
Yeah.
that's, I believe, the end of episode 3.
But and that. But
wait, no,
we got a
wait.
trailer.
No,
Oh, yeah.
we're not done with episode 3 because Archie goes back to see the music teacher.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He decides to go back and fill up his bass clef, as it were.
Well, he goes back and confronts the music teacher after the music teacher talked to his father. This apparently is grounds he thinks for getting back together.
Yes.
And that's intermixed cutscenes with them.
Doyley's
Which-
confession.
Doyley's
yeah.
confession.
Which apparently, when a guy wants to get back together with a girl, he's seen as being, romantic and slightly heroic. It's like, oh, well, he wants to give it a second chance. You should just give him a second. But if a girl does it, she's labeled as clingy. And everyone kind of ostracizes her. And that really bugs me.
Yep.
So,
Not that they don't seem intent on pointing this out with every detail of this show, especially with the parents' horrifying acting.
Oh.
And everybody but every parent but Archie's father is a horrible actor.
Actor or person? Because.
Both.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not just that they're a bad person; they're also portrayed badly.
Yeah.
Alright, this sort of leads us to the end of that episode 3, however.
Yeah.
We did get a trailer which admittedly throws in a bit of a twist, so to speak.
Miss Grundy may be not who she says she is.
We found a gun in her car.
Oh my god.
Geraldine
there are
Grundy died
lies.
7 years ago.
Oh man, I mean, Bradley, you were saying that the 4th series of Sherlock felt like a telenovela. What does this feel like to you?
I did. You didn't hear me earlier about the whole having my vengeance later thing.
What was
Is-
your vengeance,
is-
Riverdale?
No, I said I will have my vengeance upon you for this.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that vengeance now?
Please.
No. It will be. You will know it when it comes, and it will be glorious.
And you will probably be strapped to your bed at the time.
Well, maybe not. I don't. Okay. This is a place I didn't want it to go.
I don't think that's
Yeah, that's that.
Bradley's
that's
cup
not.
of tea.
We've 50 Shades Darker has already crapped on the BDSM community. We don't need to do it.
Well, we could strap you to a gurney
The
instead.
entire
All right,
50
Just
Shades
prop you up against the
trilogy.
wall and let you watch your doom.
All right.
Is my doom Riverdale or 50 Shades? Because I'm actually not sure which I'd prefer.
Okay, well, obviously, getting off that topic in an obvious manner, let's talk about. So, I have a certain theory that as we progress through episodes, it's starting to make more sense.
Oh.
Riverdale is actually a psychological experiment because everyone in it seems just on the edge of breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were noting earlier you've started keeping track of their various disorders in order to prevent your own.
Yeah, no, almost every character. You can actually take a psychology textbook, and you might be able to find disorders that match with almost every single character. I am fairly certain. I have not tried to do this yet, but a lot of the more important ones, it's a little obvious. Betty especially.
What the fuck? You heard it here first, psych students. Watch Riverdale, make sure you have your textbooks handy.
Oh god, shit, I just realized, Betty's becoming the female version of Norman Bates.
Oh jeez.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know,
quite.
like, maybe. Okay,
No,
maybe I'm reaching,
no.
but I'm just saying, that wig brings back
Well,
memories.
I'm just saying.
That goes into a whole other.
Yeah, no,
entirely. I
that's
don't quite see that.
definitely a different
Yeah.
subject. I just
Yeah.
want it on record, which we have now,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
I'm calling it. More people are going to have psychological breaks in the coming episodes, and this is at the end of episode 3. Just saying that right now, right here for the record.
All right.
Alrighty. And on
Alright.
that note,
On
Yeah,
that note,
yeah.
I think we shall call it here for the next time, and for everyone, for those who like Riverdale and watch it and swear by it,
good for you.
good for
Yeah.
you. We're glad you see something we don't. You are perfectly allowed. You are allowed to do so. The First Amendment guarantees you that right. Please allow us to use our right to express our hate for this show.
Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more booze for the next time we do this.
All right, time to.
Oh.
Yikes, for sure.
For you, maybe. There are those of us who have to drive home.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, that's
Guys,
not my problem.
I'm gonna stop recording.
guys,
Yeah.
the camera wasn't recording. Gotcha.